A veteran herself, Kimberly Mitchell is all about service. She served her country, and now she's dedicated to serving those veterans who need help the most. But she would never be here were it not for the multiple acts of kindness from others along the way.
This place is a one-stop shop to restart your life. I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, actually, for the first time in years.
My children, I mean, they are everything to me. This place is everything to me. It's a family here.
These veterans are talking about Veterans Village of San Diego, a place that rescues veterans who have fallen through the cracks, lost to the streets. Founded by Vietnam vets in 1981, their leader now is Kim Mitchell, the first female CEO the village has ever had.
And she's sacrificed so much and she's done so much for us. Every time she speaks to us in the house meetings, I get chills and goosebumps. Not because of what she says, but what she represents.
What she represents is how an act of kindness, like ripples in a pond, can impact thousands of lives. In 1972, at the height of the Vietnam War, Kim's mother was killed when the North Vietnamese soldiers advanced into Quang Tri. Kim was found on the side of the road by a South Vietnamese soldier.
The gentleman said that he had found the baby lying alongside of the road, trying to nurse on her dead mother.
That man, Bao Tran, then trekked 30 miles to the Sacred Heart Orphanage in Da Nang.
So Bao Tran carried this bundle in his hat all the way to the orphanage?
He did, and he said, she doesn't have a name. So they said, you name her. So he decided to give the name to this child as Tran T Nak Bik, meaning precious pearl, because that was the name of what he was going to name his first daughter.
A few months later, this precious pearl was adopted by Airman James Mitchell, who was serving in Vietnam. He brought her home to Solon Springs, Wisconsin. From there, Kim's story reads like an all-American dream. Stellar student, a prize-winning cow, and then off to the Naval Academy to serve her country.
I don't think I even considered anything else other than joining the service.
She excelled, 17 years in the Navy, working for the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the White House. Then, for her 40th birthday, a trip to Vietnam where she discovered missing pieces to her story. She visited the orphanage and found the nuns who had taken her in.
In 1975, when the communist government came in, they made them burn all their books and records. But what they did was they memorized all the names of the children. And
they memorized all the names? How many children are we talking
about? We're talking over 2,000 children.
When you saw Baby 899 and your name in that book, what was the feeling?
It was a watershed moment. It was a sudden realization that I had been in their care.
In 2013, another piece of the puzzle.
The first email I received was, I know how you got to the orphanage to Nang, call me. And I thought it was a scam, so I deleted it.
But it wasn't. Bao Tran, who had since moved to America, had seen her name in an article and was trying to find her.
His daughter, Cindy, told me that she can remember he was always trying to find me. After the war, after the re-education camp, he went back to Da Nang, tried to find me.
On March 29, 2013, the 40th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War, this emotional reunion.
Well, when you think that the one person who changed your life, it's that one act of kindness.
He saved my life. So he's my angel. He doesn't realize what that did to impact the lives of so many.
The many she now takes pride in caring for.
The cause for me is those who served. The cause is the folks that have given the ultimate sacrifice so that I could live and have freedom to serve those who served. We're not going to quit on you. You cannot quit on yourselves either. There's too many people that believe in you. There's too many people that have served for you. There's too many people that have sacrificed everything so that you have a life.
Sacrifice and service, something she learned from her father.
Sadly, your dad did not live to see the moment when you would graduate from the Naval Academy or to see where you are now. What do you think he would have to say about this long service career of yours?
I'm hoping he would say, I'm very proud of you. And that would mean everything to me.
Wow, she is truly an American hero, a tireless advocate for veterans, and she shares her story across the country, hoping her message of acts of kindness will inspire others. Now, as for Bao Tran, the South Vietnamese soldier she was reunited with, well, she maintains in frequent contact with him and his family, and she feels that they are her connection to her Vietnamese family.
We want to tell you about a special foundation that is offering support for service members.
Special indeed. We're going to meet the woman behind it in just a moment. But first, a look at how her mission started in her own home.
Transition isn't just a day. It's a process that begins one day, and it can last weeks, months, decades.
Les Craig knows all about the difficulties coming home from deployment.
I found myself sitting at a desk for 8 to 10 hours a day, spending 2 hours a day in traffic, and not what the former Ranger platoon leader was used to.
For 5 years, Les was an Army captain commanding troops in both Iraq and Afghanistan, where he was nearly killed.
As I peered over the edge of the wall, it was an enemy combatant with a rifle pointed right at me, and I pointed my rifle right at him, and we both shot. I was hitting the helmet, just right above kind of my left eye. He was killed that day.
When he came home in 2008, his wife, Anne Meree, watched as he battled symptoms of PTSD and traumatic brain injury.
My husband had combat nightmares almost every night for the first 2 years of our marriage, but it didn't seem to affect his day-to-day operations. Like, he still went to work and he did a great job. But over time, I noticed how hard it was for him to get out of bed.
In 2012, determined to help, she started the Commit Foundation, an organization dedicated to helping high-functioning veterans transition back to civilian life.
Commit set out to ensure that the men and women who serve this country find a new purpose, both professionally and personally. And the personal part, I think, is something that we focus on in a way that many other organizations don't.
Commit has really changed my life. And what Anne Maree's built, I think, is changing the lives of many service members.
Yes, it is. Anne Meree, Les Craig, good to see both of you. Thanks for coming in. First of all, just more on Commit. What is it? Who is it for? How can folks get involved?
So in 2012, we started the Commit Foundation to help post 9/11 veterans in their journey out of uniform and reintegrating into the public sector. Our original mission statement was that we created serendipity for post 9/11 veterans. So we really want to ensure that they have purpose, both personally and professionally, as they take off the uniform, particularly after these last 2 decades of pretty intense combat.
We had a chance to catch up in the green room, and you said that at first you didn't even tell your wife what had happened because you felt like it was a form of weakness to say what actually you were feeling, when it actually took you 10 years to feel at peace. So the transition is what the organization helps with, right?
It is. And I think that, what's important is that so many organizations are focused right now on how many veterans they're serving rather than how deeply they're serving individuals. The Commit Foundation steps back, and rather than just focusing on interviews and resumes, we help people assess their values, their strengths, what they want a day to look like.
It's not just about helping them find a job.
That's right. Yeah. We help them find themselves first, and we want them to think about if they're picking their kids up from school and, are they coaching Little League? Right. What does their life really look like after their time in service?
So, Les, how did this change your life? What did it do for you to bring you back?
It was very much a process that, Anne Meree and I sort of figured out as we went along. And, I think the biggest thing that I did was it helped me take a pause. It helped me tell my story, which was the first part of healing for me. And, I kind of use the analogy, if transition is a process, it's sort of like running a marathon. If you have a sprained ankle, probably need to get well first, need to get healthy first. And for me, that's what Commit has helped me do, and that's why it's changed my life.
PTSD, traumatic brain injury, TBI. How are you today as you sit here? How do you feel?
I'm doing great.
You look great.
Thank you.
How proud are you, by the way? I mean, it's... She creates an organization to help her husband, and it turns into this.
Pretty unbelievable. I mean, I'll never forget when she told me about the idea, and I was excited, and I thought, this is great. I can feel her passion. But the first time I saw what she was doing, I realized this is something much bigger than just an idea.
I love the way the two of you look at each other. That's so special.